Hello and welcome. I want you to think about something for a moment. Have you ever gone to stand up from your favorite chair and your knees greet you with a little pop, or maybe a creak? Or perhaps you felt that familiar, unwelcome twinge as you start to climb a set of stairs, forcing you to take them one at a time. Maybe it's that stiffness you feel first thing in the morning, a reminder that your body isn't quite as forgiving as it used to be. For so many of us, especially as we move past 60, this becomes a daily reality. We start to accept it as just another part of getting older. We might sigh and say, well, that's just how it is now. But what if I told you that it doesn't have to be that way? What if you could quiet that pain, reduce that stiffness, and bring back some of the smooth, easy movement you thought was long gone? What if you could do it without strenuous workouts, expensive equipment, or leaving the comfort of your own home? That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 wonderfully gentle exercises that can help erase that nagging joint pain. Your knees are going to thank you for this, I promise. This isn't just about getting rid of pain, it's about reclaiming your freedom. It's about the freedom to walk in the park on a beautiful day, to get down on the floor to play with your grandchildren, to work in your garden, or simply to move through your day with confidence instead of caution. And the best part is that these movements are designed specifically for us. They are about strengthening, not straining. We're going to walk through each one together, step by step, so you feel comfortable and safe the entire time. So, are you ready? Let's begin with the very first, and perhaps one of the most foundational exercises. And you can do it right now without even getting up from your chair. We'll call this the seated leg lift. Now, why is this so important? Well, think of the large muscles on the front of your thighs, your quadriceps. These muscles are the primary shock absorbers for your knee joint. When they are strong and engaged, they take the vast majority of the pressure and impact from walking, standing, and climbing. They cushion the knee itself. But over time, especially if we become a little less active, these crucial muscles can weaken. When that happens, the knee joint itself, the cartilage and bone, has to take the full brunt of every single step. That's where so much of the pain comes from. This simple movement we're about to do is designed to wake those muscles up and gently begin rebuilding their strength, all without putting any weight or stress on the sore knee joint. Here's how we do it. First, make sure you're sitting tall in a sturdy chair, not a soft sofa. Your feet should be flat on the floor about hip-width apart, and your back should be straight but still relaxed. Place your hands on your thighs or on the arms of the chair for support. Now, let's focus on your right leg. Keeping your thigh on the chair, I want you to slowly and smoothly straighten your leg out in front of you. Don't just kick it out. Imagine you are pushing something heavy away with your heel. Lead with the heel. As you extend your leg, I want you to consciously squeeze that big muscle on the front of your thigh. You should feel it tighten up. Let's hold it there, nice and straight, for a count of 3. 3. Perfect. Now, just as slowly and with just as much control, lower your foot back down to the floor. The controlled movement on the way down is just as important as the lift. That was 1 repetition. Let's try that again on the same leg. Slowly lift, leading with the heel, squeeze that thigh muscle, hold for 3, and slowly lower it back down. The goal here is to eventually work up to doing about 10 or 12 of these on each leg. But please, listen to your body. If you can only do 4 or 5 to start, that is a fantastic beginning. The key is consistency, not intensity. Try to do a set of these once or twice a day. You can do them while you're watching the news, chatting on the phone, or just waiting for the kettle to boil. One very important thing to watch out for: make sure you're not locking your knee when you straighten it. Always keep a very slight, almost unnoticeable bend in it. And avoid using momentum to swing your leg up. This is all about slow, deliberate muscle power. Alright, how does that feel? You might feel a little warmth in your thigh, and that's a good thing. That's the feeling of your muscles waking up. Now, for our second exercise, we're going to give some love to the muscles on the back of the thigh, the hamstrings. Your leg is a system, and for the knee to be properly supported, we need balance. The hamstrings work in partnership with the quadriceps we just worked. If they are tight or weak, they can pull on the back of the knee and create an imbalance that leads to pain. By strengthening them, we create a more stable and balanced support structure for the entire joint. For this one, we'll call it the standing hamstring curl. You will need to stand up. And please, safety is always our #1 priority. Make sure you have something sturdy to hold onto for balance. The back of your kitchen chair, a countertop, or even a wall is perfect. Stand with your feet about hip-width apart, with your body nice and tall. Don't slouch. Now, while holding on for support, shift your weight slightly onto your left leg. Keeping your thighs mostly parallel to each other, I want you to slowly bend your right knee and bring your heel up toward your body, as if you're trying to gently tap your own backside. Only go as far as is comfortable for you. You should feel a gentle squeeze in the back of your thigh. That's your hamstring working. Hold it there for just a moment. Then, with that same slow control we used before, lower your foot back down to the starting position. That's one. Let's do that on the other side to keep things balanced. Shift your weight to your right leg and slowly lift the left heel up, feel that squeeze, and slowly lower it back down. Just like with the leg lifts, aim for about 10 repetitions on each side. If you need to start with fewer, that's perfectly fine. Progress, not perfection, is our motto. This is another wonderful exercise to sprinkle throughout your day. Maybe you do a few while you're standing at the sink washing vegetables. It's about finding those little pockets of time to invest in your well-being. You're doing wonderfully. We've just activated the main support muscles both in front of and behind your knee. By doing just these 2 simple movements regularly, you're already giving your knees a powerful gift. You're telling them that you're on their team, that you're going to help them feel stronger and more supported. But we're not done yet. The next exercise is one of my absolute favorites because it targets the smaller, stabilizing muscles around the joint that are so often neglected, and it's a game changer for improving your balance and confidence with every step you take. We're going to do this next one standing, so again, please make sure you have your sturdy chair or countertop nearby for support. We'll call this the standing side leg raise. It may not look like much, but it's incredibly powerful. Because the muscles on the outside of your hips and thighs are what keep you stable when you walk. Every time you take a step, these muscles have to fire to keep your pelvis level and prevent your knee from caving inward. When these muscles are weak, that inward collapse happens with every single step, putting a tremendous amount of strain on the inside of the knee. This exercise goes directly after that problem, strengthening your natural support system. So, let's stand tall, holding on lightly for balance. Your feet should be together or just a couple of inches apart. Pull your shoulders back and stand up straight, as if a string is gently pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. Now, keeping your body perfectly upright, try not to lean. Slowly lift your right leg straight out to the side. Don't lift it high. This isn't about how high you can go, but about the control you use. Just a few inches off the floor is all you need. The most important thing is to keep your toes pointing straight ahead, not up toward the ceiling. If you turn your toes up, a different set of muscles takes over. We want to target that muscle right on the side of your hip. Hold it there for a moment, and you should feel that muscle engage. Then, with that same slow and deliberate control, bring your leg back to the starting position. That's one. Let's try it again. Lift slowly to the side, hold and lower slowly. The entire movement should be smooth and controlled, with no jerking or swinging. Try to do 8 to 10 of these on your right side before gently switching to the left. Remember to stay tall and avoid tilting your torso to the side as you lift. You are doing an amazing job. It's movements like this, the ones that feel subtle, that often make the biggest difference in our daily comfort and stability. Now that we have strengthened the muscles on the front, the back, and the sides of our legs, it's time to focus a little more on the lower leg and the simple act of movement within the joint itself. For our 4th exercise, we can return to our comfortable chair. This next one is brilliant because it improves circulation, helps reduce swelling, and strengthens the often forgotten muscles in our calves and shins. Think of your lower legs as the foundation upon which your knees sit. A stronger, more stable foundation means less stress and strain further up the chain. We'll call this movement the heel and toe press. So, find your comfortable, upright seated position again, with your feet flat on the floor. First, I want you to simply keep the balls of your feet on the floor and lift your heels up as high as you comfortably can. You should feel the muscles in the back of your lower legs, your calves, tighten and engage. Hold that for a count of 2, 1, 2. and then gently lower your heels back down. Wonderful. Now, for the second part of the movement, we'll do the opposite. Keep your heels on the floor and lift your toes and the balls of your feet up toward the ceiling. You should feel a gentle stretch in your calves and a tightening in the muscles on the front of your shins. These shin muscles are vital for helping to control the foot as it lands with each step, acting as another set of brakes to absorb shock. Hold the toes up for a count of 2, and then lower them back down. Together, that heel lift and toe lift make one full repetition. Let's try to put it all together in a nice, rocking motion. Lift the heels up, lower them down. Lift the toes up, lower them down. You can do this with a gentle rhythm. It's an incredibly soothing movement, and it's a powerhouse for pumping fluid and blood through your lower legs, which is fantastic for reducing stiffness, especially if you've been sitting for a while. Try doing this for about 30 seconds to a minute at a time, several times throughout the day. It's the perfect exercise to do while reading a book or even during the commercial break of your favorite television show. It requires no effort, yet it delivers tremendous benefits for the health of your knees. We've now built a fantastic foundation of strength and mobility all around the knee, from the big muscles in our thighs to the stabilizing muscles in our hips and the support system in our lower legs. The final movement we'll cover is perhaps the most important for daily function, as it mimics one of the most common movements we do every single day, but teaches us how to do it in a way that protects our knees for the long haul. For our fifth and final exercise, we're going to practice what is arguably the most essential movement we perform dozens, if not hundreds, of times every single day, getting up from a chair and sitting back down. We'll call this the mindful sit to stand. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I already know how to get out of a chair. But how often do we do it by pushing off with our hands, rocking for momentum, or putting all the pressure onto one leg, causing our knees to groan in protest? This exercise is all about retraining our bodies to perform this fundamental action using the correct muscles, primarily our large glute and thigh muscles, to take the strain completely off the knee joints. Mastering this one movement can radically reduce the daily wear and tear on your knees. Let's start in our trusty chair. Please make sure it's a sturdy one, not a low, soft sofa. Scoot forward just a little, so you're sitting more toward the edge of the seat. Your feet should be planted firmly on the floor about hip-width apart and positioned slightly behind your knees. This positioning is key. It sets you up for success. Now, instead of placing your hands on the chair arms, I want you to try crossing your arms over your chest. If that feels unstable, you can hold them straight out in front of you for balance. Now, lean your chest forward slightly, keeping your back nice and straight. The movement begins with a hinge at your hips, not by rounding your back. From here, I want you to focus all your energy on pushing through your heels, as if you're trying to push the floor away from you. As you do that, consciously squeeze your buttock muscles and your thigh muscles to lift yourself up to a standing position. Power the movement from your hips and legs, not from momentum. Stand up tall and proud. You did it, but we're only halfway there. The second part, sitting back down, is just as crucial. Most of us just fall back into the chair, and that plop sends a jolt right through our spine and knees. We're going to change that. To sit down with control, you'll reverse the motion exactly. Start by hinging at your hips, pushing your backside out as if you're aiming for the chair behind you. Keep your chest up and your back straight. Lower yourself slowly with deliberate control until you are gently seated again. No plopping. Feel your leg muscles doing the work of lowering you down. That control is what builds incredible strength. If you find this difficult at first, that is completely normal. By all means, use your hands on the chair for a little push-off assistance. The goal is to gradually, over time, rely on them less and less as your legs get stronger. Try to perform 5 to 8 of these controlled sit-to-stands. This is true functional fitness. Every time you get up to answer the door, go to the kitchen, or get out of the car, you will have the chance to practice this knee-saving technique. And there you have it. 5 simple, gentle, yet incredibly powerful movements to help you reclaim your comfort and your mobility. We started by waking up those big, protective quadriceps on the front of our thighs and then balanced that out by strengthening the hamstrings on the back. We improved our side-to-side stability, which is so crucial for confident walking, with those side leg raises. We boosted circulation and reduced stiffness with the easy heel and toe presses. And just now, we brought it all together by relearning the most fundamental movement of all, how to sit and stand in a way that protects our joints for years to come. Please, remember that the goal here is consistency, not intensity. A few minutes dedicated to these movements each day will do infinitely more for you than one long, strenuous session once a week. Be patient with your body. It has carried you through a lifetime of experiences, and it deserves your kindness and care. This isn't about turning back the clock or chasing an old version of yourself. It's about honoring the person you are right now and giving your body the support it needs to carry you forward into a future filled with more joy, more activity, and much less pain. It's about the freedom to say yes. Yes to a walk in the park, yes to getting on the floor with the grandkids, yes to living your life on your own terms. I would truly love to hear from you. Which of these exercises are you looking forward to trying first? Do you have another gentle movement that has brought you relief? Please share your story and your thoughts in the comments section below. Your experience and encouragement might just be the very thing someone else needs to read today to start their own journey toward feeling better. If you found this time together to be helpful, I would be so grateful if you would give this video a like, and more importantly, subscribe to our channel. When you subscribe and click that little notification bell, you're joining a community of people just like us, all dedicated to living our best and healthiest lives. It also ensures you won't miss our future videos. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. Be good to yourself and be good to your knees. Here's to moving with comfort and confidence at any age. I look forward to seeing you again very soon.